So you want to be a truck driver. Yeah, a truck driver. A driver that drives those big trucks. Well, a driver that takes you down the interstate, across the country. See all the beautiful landscapes. Yes, a true truck driver. Now I know there's a lot of variations in being a truck driver. You know, you could drive local and you can be home every night. That's a good job. You could drive regional, where you're out 5 days a week or 7 days a week, or that's what I'd call regional. Another one is long haul. Long haul's where you're out 2 and 3, 4 weeks at a time. Each of these all have their own good and bad, but I think it's based on you, the driver. Okay? If you're single, 5, 6 weeks at a time might be good. If you're married, or if you have other responsibilities at home, maybe raising children that are, your wife's passed away, or you're divorced, or something like that, and you have home responsibilities, maybe a day job, driving truck will be important for you. Regional is kind of somewhere in between. Can you afford to be away from home 5 days a week and be home only on Saturday and Sunday, let's say, you know? These are things that you have to decide if you want to be a truck driver. Okay? So, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to create this series. I want you to follow with me as I go through all this and talk about the pros and cons of all these different types of choices you have to make. Because there's companies everywhere. Right now, CDL, commercial driver's license personnel, are in high demand, very high demand. A lot of companies are looking for CDL drivers. I can't really say they're looking for the best CDL drivers. I can't say they're looking for the worst. But there's a lot of things that goes into being a truck driver. And there's a lot of things of which company you choose to drive for. And I'm going to discuss these things. Have I got the knowledge? Yes. And I'd like to have you follow along with me. I have 23 years of being a commercial truck driver. I have 3 million miles that I have driven. Never a ticket or an accident or even scraping a fender. So in a way that might qualify me as a professional. Well, that's what I thought. And I thought, here a few months ago, I told my wife, I says, we're retired, okay? And I says, what if I decided to go get back on the road for a while? A year, maybe 2 years. So he's looking at our finances, and she figured it up, and she says, well, 1 year we could totally have our house paid off because we're retired, you know, we're on Social Security and, you know, retirement saving stuff. So we look, could we take a little extra money and pay our house off? We'd be out of debt. Okay, we looked at our car, and it's a good car. We really enjoy our car. But we have one car and one pickup. And we thought, okay, we could upgrade our car, which 2009, to maybe a 2016 or even a 17, a good low mileage used car. And that car would probably last us for years. So these are thoughts we had. And so because of these things, I made a choice here about 2 months ago to get back on the road. Now this is going to be my story, and I hope you follow along, because I'm going to teach you some things that you want to learn before you fall into the depths of deceit, lies. Lies is the big thing. Companies that say one thing and do something else. They look good on the surface, and there's some good companies out there. But that's what I'm going to talk about. Not both good and bad, because it's a good life. If I hadn't have, I know I've driven it. I've lived it. And my wife and I ran Team, and our 2 puppy dogs. We ran Team for almost 3 years. So we have covered it. We've covered all 48 states, a little of Canada, and Tijuana, and we don't want to talk about Tijuana. I just about created World War III when I was in Tijuana. That's a good place to stay out of. But anyway, I want you to follow along with me. I'm Steve Allen. You know where to find me. And I'd like to hear your comments. Whether you are a driver, whether you want to become a driver, some of the things that you have learned, which are good and bad, because there's good companies out there and there's bad companies out there. Okay? According to the company, they're all good. But you got to be careful. Really careful. It's kind of like when somebody calls you up on the phone and offers you that Caribbean trip. Yes. And all you have to do is pay the taxes. Taxes of what? Be careful. They'll get you. Okay? There's nothing free in this world. Trust me. Nothing is free. And at that, I'm going to leave you right now, and I'm going to get back to you with another video right after this one. So stay with me, Steve Allen, and in fact, in my next videos, I'm going to post some of the pictures of some of my trucks that I've had, that I've driven over the years. And I think you'll be a little impressed with what I've been driving. So anyway, follow me. I'll be right back. Steve Allen. You have a great day.